Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. Navigating this market in 2025 is certainly a difficult thing. It's hard enough for the average retail investor, and seemingly it's quite difficult for companies. We're seeing some news coming out of GM saying that they are drowning in unsold bright drop vans. And this looks like it's going to result in some layoffs, mass layoffs. This is really another shocking story. To give you guys a rundown, GM Canada confirmed that CAMI is making operational and employment adjustments to balance inventory and align production schedules with current demand. About 1,200 local 88 members work in the assembling factory, and the impacts of this are going to be huge. So General Motors' all-electric CAMI assembly plant in Ontario is halting production of the Bright Drop delivery vans. This was said on Friday from the largest private sector union, representing 320,000 workers. The company will initiate temporary layoffs starting on the 14th of April, and production will stall for 3 weeks, said Mike Van Brockel, the plant chair for Unifor Local 88, which represents hourly workers at CAMI. So this is really quite incredible. Workers are set to return for 2 weeks in May for limited production, and then the factory will close for another 20 weeks. During this downtime, GM plans the complete retooling work to prepare the facility for production of the 2026 model year and commercial electric vans. So this is really quite incredible, right? CAMI assembly had run 2 shifts while producing the Chevrolet Bright Drop vehicles. When production resumes in October, Unifor said that the plant will operate on a single shift for the foreseeable future, a reduction expected to impact 450 workers. This is devastating to members. This is what was been told to the Detroit Free Press, and we are losing these shifts indefinitely. Do bear in mind, about 1,200 local 88 members work in the plant assembling Chevrolet Bright Drop EVs. This is a crushing blow to hundreds of working families, and the surrounding region will be impacted, right? A lot of people depend on this plant. General Motors must do everything in its power to mitigate job losses during the downturn, and do everything to support Canadian auto workers and Canadian-made products. GM Canada confirmed that it's making operational employment adjustments to balance its inventory and schedules. So we hear all the usual, right? GM remains committed to the future of Bright Drop and CAMI plant, allowing employees to be supported through transition. The company said in a statement to the Free Press, this is an adjustment and it's directly related to responding to market demand and rebalancing inventory. So yeah, there's a lot to discuss here. I don't really need to read any more of this article, it basically speaks for itself. This is going to impact a lot of people. This certainly is going to impact a lot of people, and of course there are a number of reasons as to why this is going the way it's going. We could talk about tariffs, we could talk about a number of different things, right? Perhaps people just don't want the vehicle. There are competitors, so many different factors. But the main story here is perhaps the impact this is going to have on the broader community, on individuals, and on working families, as stated. Just good, hard-working people trying to make a living for their family. And we are just seeing stories like this coming out every single day. Again, the downing of tools, just to resume for a couple of weeks, is obviously something that the company seems to be doing with their own best intentions at heart, and seemingly without that much concern for employees. It's unfortunate, guys, but this looks to be the market conditions that we're in right now. Finding a job, keeping a job, especially a skilled one, seems to be really difficult. And perhaps it's because demand isn't there, perhaps it's because companies are looking to cut back on costs, but we see stories like this coming out all the time. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, guys. That's all I've got to say. I just wanted to bring this story to you. Thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you soon. Goodbye.